Today I want to talk to you about how to create documents of all kinds up to 500% faster using a little known tool called TextExpander. Now, this is a tool that works on both Macs and PC computers, and I believe it's a must-have for any lawyer who wants to save massive amounts of time and get work done more easily. So TextExpander is a subscription-based software that comes in two versions. The basic version costs about $4 a month if you pay on a monthly basis, or $40 if you pay for the yearly subscription up front. So why is TextExpander worth paying for at all? Well, because it lets you type short snippets of text that expand out to longer chunks of text. And the best way to understand what that means in a concrete way is to see it in action, because that's really the only way you can begin to fathom the mind-boggling power of this amazing text automation software. So let's do that. So this is an example of how by simply typing a few characters, I can generate my various email addresses. And typing your email address is a pretty common thing, right? And many times when you type it, you'll misspell it, which means that whoever you give the email address to is probably going to send you a message that will never reach you. So typing your email address accurately is crucial, and TextExpander makes sure that your email is typed correctly every time. And the same goes for typing your business address or your home address. You just type a few characters and TextExpander spits out several lines of text. You can use TextExpander to crank out pretty much any kind of text, including boilerplate phrases, common correspondence, emails, and pleadings, contracts, and any form documents of whatever kind. So, for example, with boilerplate phrases, here's some notarial wording, and you will notice that this TextExpander snippet pauses to allow me to enter the person's name. And I can even have TextExpander drop in a graphic with my signature if I want. So the power of TextExpander is truly mind-boggling, which is why you absolutely must take advantage of this incredible automation power if you want to become incredibly efficient in your practice. You can use TextExpander for all kinds of common correspondence, such as sending client invoices, for example. Again, you see the snippet allows me to enter some text, and you'll notice it automatically filled in the current month, or at least the current month on the date that I recorded this video. Now, I'm not going to get into how you create these snippets right now, because I just want you to focus on what's possible in terms of creating documents and blasting out text. TextExpander is especially useful for handling email, especially common kinds of replies that you send out. This is something that I used to send out to lawyers who would send me paper documents, even though they'd already sent me a PDF version by email. So I'd routinely tell them not to do this. But of course, it took me no more than a few keystrokes to pop out this snarky email, which I'm sure many of them did not enjoy getting. But I'll tell you what, no one sent me useless paper documents after I sent this out. You can also use it for longer documents, like an initial engagement letter that you send to your new clients. And this form has a place to enter the client name, the opponent, my hourly rate, the paralegal's rate, and the initial retainer, which I can decide on the fly as I use this. Now, if I were to type this out, it would take me at least 30 minutes because it's got like 1,300 words in it. But with a few keystrokes, I can pop this out in under 15 seconds, and I can blast it into a word processing document or in an email or wherever I need to, because TextExpander works literally everywhere that text can be typed. I loved using TextExpander to quickly respond to discovery using these three common responses. And so what used to take me way too long and annoy me way too much almost became enjoyable when I started using TextExpander to do it. And so it's just a tool that's really powerful. And here's one more example of boilerplate stuff that TextExpander can handle easily. You can have a drop down, so you can say, it's one of these two things, either electronic mail or fax, and then you hit OK, and boom, it pops it in with the date and so forth. So it can handle that stuff really easily. It keeps track of the amount of time that it's saving you based on how fast you type. And in my case, I can reliably type about 40 words per minute. And you can see here that it saved me almost 40 hours in the past year. So that's about an hour a week that it saves me, which is pretty amazing for a simple little tool that costs only $40. So now you see why TextExpander is a must-have tool for anyone who really values their time and who hates getting bogged down with creating documents or writing commonly used phrases. Now, I'll tell you how to use TextExpander more in a future lesson, but for now, just go download the app, install it on your computer, and get it up and running, right? It's free to try for 14 days, so you can just play around with it. And in my next video, I'll give you some tips on how a lawyer like you can get the most out of it really quickly. So until then, I'll look forward to helping you in any way that I can.